All right, boys. So in the second lesson, we're going to be talking about balancing forces, and there's three objectives. For this one, we're only going to be talking about explaining that a force has magnitude and direction. Once we do that, we're going to go into using arrows, and then we're going to go on to talking about resultant force. These are stepping stones that build on each other. So you need to know what the first objective is to know the second, to understand the third. So let's make sure we get it. So let's jump straight into it. I've given you notes. You can use this part of the notes right now. For this objective, this video, we're only going to be talking about magnitude and direction. So you're only going to write down your notes in these two blocks. All right, fantastic. Let's get going. So force is a measurement that has magnitude and direction. So I want to talk about what that means. Magnitude tells us that the measurement has an amount of power. Another way to say that is magnitude is a number. So let's look here. 10 kilograms, 5 meters, or 20 volts. All of those show the magnitude of a measurement. They show how many kilograms, how many meters, how many volts. So if we ever measure a force and we put a number there, so 5 newtons or 6 newtons, 67 newtons, let's say, that 5 and that 67, though that's the magnitude. It's telling us how much force there is, how many newtons there are. So magnitude is the amount it's telling us about. So there it tells us 67 or 5 newtons. So all of these, 10 kilograms, that's 10, a magnitude of 10, a magnitude of 5, a magnitude of 20. Okay? Direction says that magnitude acts in a specific direction. And this is where it becomes unique to when we measure force. So we measure force, we always have a magnitude and a direction. So let's look here. 5 newtons forward. What this means is it means the magnitude is 5 newtons, and that 5 newtons is going in the forward direction. Oh, that arrow looks terrible. There we go. 5 newtons up means that there is a magnitude of 5 newtons, and that 5 newtons is pushing or pulling up. And then 10 newtons to the left means that there is 10 newtons of force, and it is going to the left. So this tells us how many newtons there are, and that tells us which direction it is pushing or pulling in. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. A force, when we have the measurement force, we need to have direction, and we need to tell the person how much or what magnitude there is. Okay, so whenever we calculate force, whenever we work out the answer, we always write the units, newtons, and then we tell the person what direction it is acting in. Okay, so that's why we're talking about magnitude and direction, is because it's important that we talk about the force not only having so many newtons of force, but also having what direction it is acting in. All right, boys? So try and give the questions below a shot. We're going to talk more about magnitude and direction in the next video when we start to talk about arrows, force arrows in particular. But for now, I quickly want you to go over your notes and with a highlighter, highlight the parts that explain what magnitude and direction are, the key points that you're just going over it one more time to reinforce that information. All right, fantastic, boys. Have a good one.